What?
You said something nice to me when you heard me on guitar.
I did. I meant it. That's why I want you on bass. I can't stand the competition.
I gotta turn it on too, don't I?
Yep. All right, now you just...
This is a science experiment, folks.
Just key a G and don't get too fancy on me. Here we go. Not getting no sleep. My head is hurting and my legs both ache. I'm trying to grow new feet. My body cries you need some rest, and I can't shut down my brain. Ain't really thinking nothing at all. I'm thinking of everything. Said I chew the fat, I'm a blubber bone. Pickle my liver and I'll get home. Okay, wait a minute. We're not going anywhere. It stays on G, it starts in G, the middle part's in G, the end is in G, the whole song is in G. We don't change key, ever.
I'm a bass player.
1, 2, 3, 4. Said I'm laying here wide awake and cannot get no sleep. My head is hurting and my legs both ache, trying to grow new feet. I'm thinking of everything. Said I chew the fat, I'm a blubber bone. Pickle my liver and I'll get home. Smoke my lungs and then I powder my nose. I watch my body decompose. There's a little bird singing at the top of his lungs. He perched inside my head. I'm thinking God ain't got a gun. I know we'd all be dead. I look like the smell is here to stay. Said I chew the fat, I'm a blubber bone. Pickle my liver and I'll get home. Smoke my lungs and then I powder my nose. I watch my body decompose. No, we're not going to change keys. We're in G. Stay in G. Don't go anywhere else.
We need a washboard player now.
Woo, we need a bass player is what we need.
I got one of those somewhere. Right next to the heart. Heart, heart, heart. I'm not going there. I'm on G.
What you should be doing.
Can I play another note?
No.
Just one? Bass players are
Break, break. I got it. Break, break. I got it. Break, break, break. When I say break, you stop. When I say break, you stop. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And just hit the note. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's your thing. What you wanna do? I cannot tell you who's talking to. It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I cannot tell you who's talking to. Yeah, people try to put us down just because we get around. I'm not trying to start no big sensation. My generation, why don't you all fade away? I'm trying to name one we all sing. I'm not trying to start no big sensation. not unusual to be loved by anyone. Said I'm laying here wide awake and I cannot get no sleep. My head is hurting and my legs both ache. I'm trying to grow new feet. My body cries you need some rest and I can't shut down the brain. Ain't really thinking of nothing at all, I'm thinking of everything. Said I chew the fat, I mean blubber bone. Pickle my liver and alcohol. Smoke my lungs and then I powder my nose. I watch my body decompose. Everybody say bye-bye. Say so long. Say adios. Arrivederci. Hasta luego. Aloha. Auf Wiedersehen. Sayonara. Au revoir. We're out of here.
But you didn't say.
Good night, everybody.
You never said great. How about a photograph? First one, quick. All right, later, I think an encore is in order. Yeah. But not with me standing here.
Why not? You did a good job. For a guy playing only one note.
One note. That was it.
Let me do a song about my dad. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this will be my encore song. My dad is So I always wanted to write a song about my dad. I waited a long time. He's 96 now, so now I have way too much information, and so it's like, that would be such a long song. It's if I just when he was 30, I didn't know quite so much about him. I could have made a good 3-minute, 4-minute song. But now he's 96, and so if I was to really, put that into a song, we'd be here for a while. So what I decided to do is I've got a little hook that I'll sing, and then as I'm doing the song, I'll be thinking about my dad, and then I'll stop the song at some point and tell you a little story about him. And then I'll start the song again, and then I'll stop and do a little story about him. So that's what I'm going to do, if that's okay, and I'll close out with that. My dad is a wonderful man. His name is Claude Casey Morgan Sr., World War II vet, 440 Signal Battalion, Philippines and Australia, and a great patriot, and my very best friend. That's my dad, best friend I've ever had. Through my good and through my bad, I could count on Dad. He was born in poverty in Grimes County, 1917. Life was rough, times were lean for my dad. And when the talkies became the rage, he got a job as a projectionist at the Purple Sage. He saw Tex Ritter get really drunk and ride his horse out on stage. That stuck with my dad. Veteran of the Second World War, 5 long years on a foreign shore. He came back, he was not a boy no more. He met my mom, then became my dad. Recently, he was telling me about that when I was born. I was born on April the 2nd, so that was, the day after April Fools, and supposedly he paid the doctor extra money not to deliver me on April 1st. it didn't, apparently didn't take. But at any rate, back in those, I was born in Beaumont at the Baptist Memorial Hospital right downtown, and my dad had just gotten out of the service and didn't have a job yet, but he'd taken all the money that he had gotten out of the service, and he bought this 1941 Chevy convertible. And so he had driven Mom in labor to the hospital to give birth to me, and I was a breech baby. So, it was pretty painful. And so back then they didn't have air conditioning in the hospitals, and so the 7th floor was the labor, was where it all happened. And so Dad was asleep in the car, trying to sleep in the car, out in the parking lot, and he said he could hear Mama screaming at the top of her lungs from the hospital. They had the windows open, of course, because there's no air conditioning. So, but it all worked out, and then she birthed me and stuff. And so then Dad went down to the desk there to figure out what they're going to do. And so they said, well, we need $700. And he said, well, I just got out of the Army, and I don't really have $700, but I'll make some payments. And I said, well, we can't really do that. We need $700, and if you don't pay that, it's $13 a day until you do. And we can't release them from the hospital until you pay us the $700. So Dad drove his car down to a car lot down there and sold his car and got me and Mom out of the hospital. And so he said, and son, really in all honesty, there's only been a couple of times in life I've regretted selling that car. That's my dad, best friend I ever had. Through the good and through the bad, I can count on Dad. America, red, white, and blue, a patriot through and through, and hey, he loves Jesus too. Jesus loves my dad. Not too long ago, he was on his way on a trip to visit his cousin. Now, my dad's always been a nice guy, but he didn't really have a relationship with God. But on the way to visit his cousin, about 10 years ago, he was going to driving on some farm or market road, and it was early in the morning, like 6 o'clock, and the sun was coming up over the hills. And he told me this himself, and he said he rose up over the hill, and all the fields were just perfectly cut, and the cows were nibbling around on the grass, and all the hay was baled, and it was said the love of God just grabbed him and pulled him off of the side of the road. And he broke down in tears, and he'd sit there for an hour just crying. And he gave his life back to the Lord right then. And it changed his life. Now, he was always a great guy, but after that, he was a better guy. So, thank you. That's my dad, best friend I've ever had. Through the good and through the bad, I can count on him. I was just thinking about something. Like one time when he was 40 years old, we had a birthday party, and I was 10. And I remember looking at all those candles on that cake, and I was just thinking to myself, God, he is old. He's not going to live till the end of his birthday. I knew he wasn't. And so I was standing there talking. I was saying, man, Dad, you are so old. How did you get so old? He says, well, son, I'm going to tell you something right now that you won't understand right now, but you'll understand it one day. What's that? He says, well, when I was young, I did not want to get older. He says, but now that I'm older, it's really all I want to do. Okay. So he said, come here, I'm going to show you the secret of life. I go, really? Yeah, come here. And he grabbed me by the hand, he took me outside. And we was on the back porch. And it was August in Texas. It was 112 degrees. And we look out there, and our dachshund we had a dachshund. It was a wiener dog, you know those long wiener dogs, named Shorty. And Shorty was laying on his back in the sun, 112 degrees, like just laying straight on his back with everything he owned, just. And he was baking in the sun. And Dad goes, remember what I'm fixing to tell you. Son, if you ever have the chance to lead a dog's life, I suggest that you do it. That's my dad. Best friend I've ever had. Through the good and through the bad, I could count on Dad. That's my dad. That's my pop. Thank you.
Everybody, put the board in!
Thank you.
I'll just start slapping them together.
Rumors of
Butch, I just looked, I looked you up on Amazon just now, and
Yeah.
I found Talk About on Amazon for $40. So
Wow, I want one.
it's a real bargain. The CD's here.
You betcha. Are you kidding me?
I'll show you.
That's crazy.
Hey, if it's on the internet, it must be true.
It's gotta be true. They can't let a lie on the internet.
No, they can.
Betcha, that's good. I'm gonna salt some
Hey, look at the barb. It's into a cup.
Oh, you were? Oh, cool. What were you doing there? Did you have a good time? Had a little badge and stuff?
Dad, did you bring your harp?